Hey guys, it's Harvey here. I'm bringing you a new video on how to lower your gear score enough to get back into the 160 to 200 bracket. Now, before you get mad at me, I'm making this as more of an educational video on to explain to some people who've been asking me, how are some people getting 240, 250 even gear score in the 160 to 200 bracket? Now, the way they are doing this is they are doing the simple, like, you transfer over your high-end gear and drop down your gear score to like 200 or 190 using 204 items, maybe 191 gear score. But the thing is, not many people know that you can also drop your gear score items. So as you can see here, I'm going to be running one non-gear score item and another one non-gear score item. So these do not count. And everybody, if you do not know how to calculate your gear score, it's pretty simple. Like the one that it shows you here, it's not always accurate. It takes all six gear score items, or six gear items, and then one gun, your highest gun. So as you see, it's 229 is my the gun I'm using. So that's going to be the one gun that counts. And then you add up your chest plate, your mask, your knee pad, your holster, your gloves, and your backpack, and that will give you your gear score. These other two are not really in consideration. So if you were to even lower those two, it wouldn't mean anything because it takes your highest gun and only one of them. So the way my method and other people's method on how to abuse this is you will take two items. So I'm using my glove and my knee pads, and basically in essence giving them 0 gear score. So that will take away. So that will allow it, in essence, you add up these 5, and then divide by that by 7, which will actually give you a much lower gear score. So I'm at 195 right now. So I'll be able to go into this bracket, in the 160-200 bracket, while I'm taking all 268s. But now you're going to be saying, oh, look at your stats, they're god-awful. Yeah, you'd be right now. But the point is, what people are doing to exploit this and take advantage of it, is they will then go in and buy higher items, say gloves or knee pads, from the store in the DZ, either DZ6 or DZ2 or 3, I forget which one the gear is in, which will bump their gear score back up to 230, 240, even 250, depending on the gear items in the store. And as long as they buy it in there without logging out or fast traveling anywhere, they will be able to maintain and be allowed to stay in the 160-200 bracket, even though they have a 240 gear score. Now, guys, I'm going to show you how to do this. Alright? So, first off, take the items you are not using, so the gloves and the knee pads. You don't need to worry about any of the other items or guns as long as you are using the max ones. So, you can use up to 268 or something. It doesn't really matter. So, I already have sent all my gloves through. Wait, where are the knee pads at? Did I already put the knee pads in there? Oh, that's the stash. Alright. So here, I'm going to go, don't need to worry about the mask, I'm already using all those. But the items you are not using, the ones you have 0 gear score on, you want to send all the other items away. So I'm sending the striker away, and I don't have the gloves. So now I'm going to log out to my other account, where I'm going to put those knee pads on, just in case if you want to stash those while you're doing this, because nobody wants to give away good-ass items. Now, really the point I'm trying to show this video is to help new guys out who are obviously struggling in that bracket, getting annoyed, already having dealing with the overpowered NPCs and other issues, with dealing with the other annoying-ass players who are doing this. And I just want to show you guys how you can either fight back, or in essence understand that your guy might not actually be that bad. It's because other people are abusing this because they are either not good enough to be in the higher brackets, or maybe they're annoyed with the NPCs. I sure as hell I know I am. But I'll deal with that. Like, I remember being a new player, starting up in the 160 bracket, finally getting good gear, and then once you get like a 182, 191, you're like, oh yeah, dude, this is gonna be great. And then not actually being good at all because of other players who are running in this bracket with 268 gear score items, which is completely unfair. And especially the way shotguns are, and if they build a 4-piece sentry set, which I am running right now just to show you guys, those new guys will be getting a one-shot in that bracket. Anyone with 160 to 200 gear score who is not using this type of a glitch or bringing themselves down will get demolished by the players who are using this. It's just plain and simple. There's nothing they can do. And it really just hinders the fact that the game's already annoying. Like with the NPCs and everything, how hard it is to get gear. Alright, I think, yeah, take those knee pads off, and I think that's it. I'm just gonna take this off, just in case. And then you're gonna log back into your other account, and you will see that I will be brought back down to the 160 to 200 bracket, which then I will go to the DZ and show you how it's gonna work. But we want this game to keep living, because it's a really good game. Like, I'll admit that. It's great concepts and everything else. But Dark Zone is a mess. The scaling of the enemies, they just made a video about that, is a mess. It's great that they're finally acknowledging it. But the way they said it, they're not really coming out with any new fixes anytime soon. They said it's going to be over a period of time. They're going to update it in weeks. I have no idea how much time this game is going to have left. Whether it's going to be a couple weeks, if people want to give it that much time while still dealing with the same pain. Because it's already hard enough to get gear score, and the people are abusing the shotguns, being way too overpowered. And if you don't use a shotgun in PvP in the Dark Zone, then I mean you're not going to really compete. Maybe the MP7 could compete, but even if you have a nice ass MP7, shooting fast, you're still going to take 3 shotgun bullets to the head, especially with Sentry, and you are going to die.
What are you waiting for?
And that's just a fact. So it takes away assault rifles and everything. Alright, let's look. Okay, as you see, I'm in the 161-200 bracket. Still have my 268 gear score items. All that good stuff. And obviously, I have my non-gear score items right here. Just show you my gun as well. Now I'm going to run to the DZ 2 or 3. Pretty sure it's 2, actually. I'm going to run over to the safe house in DZ 2 or 3 and show you guys how I can bring back my gear score up to 240 or so and still be in this bracket, be able to stay in this. And that will stay until you either log out, or I believe you have to fast travel out somewhere else. I think you might be able to fast travel inside the Dark Zone from checkpoint to checkpoint, but if you were to fast travel to base of operations or the terminal, or also if you join another player or switch servers, it will reset you and kick you back out to normal bracket. So then I would be brought back to 231, whoever is doing this, back to 230. If you want to go here, which is right at the edge of DZ3 to DZ2, this safe room right here, you just fast travel here, might be the fastest way. You're going to enter the safe room, and you're going to go talk to this vendor. Now, obviously, the gear changes from week to week, so people will build this, not glitch, but abusing the game around the gear. Alright, so here, tactical pads, 229. Obviously, you need DZ rank 90, which is why most of these higher guys are coming down, because most of the lower guys would not be able to do this. However, there's some other gear you can buy, so you can buy this if you're using the gear plate or gear vest instead of like the knee pads. So I'm gonna buy these knee pads, buy these gloves. Alright. So now I'm going to equip them. Alright, so 204. 627 health, which is pretty damn good for a 204. Obviously not savage or anything, but crit damage, SMG damage. Put that on. I'm also gonna put this on. Okay, so and then I'm gonna throw. What, do we not have any stamina mods? Alright, so obviously it's not very strong stamina build, but for this bracket it's really nice. And make sure that's all modded and everything. Okay. So look how much DPS I have on my sniper, just alone. And now let's look at my gear score. I'm rocking 244 gear score, and I am still in the 161 to 200 bracket. And just to prove it again, I'll walk out here and maybe find and kill someone, but this video's already been long enough. But I just want to show you me walking around this bracket with this gear score. And I really just want to shed some light on this. See, as you see in the top left, 161 to 200 gear score bracket, and just watch. Boom. Oh, look, this is ridiculous. Just boom, one shot in NPCs. Works the same way with players. Like, it's just look how unfair and abusive this can be. Like, 2 shots the most you're gonna have to do on any of these. Obviously, I don't see any players, but look at him, full health and armor, and you're just dropping him to use 1 bullet. And it works the same way with players. As you see, 244 gear score in the 161 200 bracket. Hope this guys give you some insight on how this can be abused and what people actually are doing. So if you run into a player doing the same thing, you know what they're doing, and hopefully you can counter-react it by doing it yourself. As much as I don't want that until it's fixed, it'll be the only fair advantage you have if you are staying in this bracket. But I hope this guys help, and hope you guys subscribe or comment if you need a guide on anything else or have any questions about this. Thanks guys. Harvey out.